Well, I think the crackdown has already arrived. We've seen violence used by security forces on the streets throughout this period of protests, and clearly the violence is ramping up. There was an incident yesterday involving Iran's most elite technical university where students were surrounded, cornered in a garage, and pleading for help from the community as the security forces closed in on them. We see videos filmed by individual protesters documenting the brutality of the security forces. In terms of what it is likely to lead to, I think that, this is very much a turning point for the Islamic Republic. The social movement we see underway today has the capacity to grow and continue simply, even in the face of that kind of very repressive protest, backlash, with the ability of an individual woman simply by taking off her hijab, her headscarf or modest dress. It's a very powerful statement against the ideology of this system, and it's going to be one that will be very difficult for the Islamic Republic to control.
Indeed. Suzanne, Mahsa Amini was an Iranian Kurd. Kurdish opposition movements and Iran's ethnic groups, they are part of this broader protest movement. So could this social movement and could these protests escalate into a civil war if state security forces continue to respond with repression and violence?
I don't think it will escalate to a civil war per se, but I think what we're seeing is that the protesters across the board, those from all ethnic groups in all parts of the country, are prepared to be more confrontational with the security forces than in previous rounds of unrest that took place in Iran. In the past, we saw protesters come to the streets, often voicing slogans and trying to grab the attention of the media and the world. And as soon as the crackdown came, obviously they ran and stayed off the streets. What we've seen over the course of the past couple of weeks is protesters who are actually deploying tactics to try to neutralize the security forces, who are prepared to fight back, who are mobilizing other tools to try to press their case with the leadership. And I think that this is going to be a much more creative and long-lasting movement than we've ever seen before within Iran.